You are not here by coincidence. You were chosen. And the moment is now. July 2025 is not just another date on the calendar. It's a turning point, a spiritual checkpoint, a quiet but significant line in time. Everything that's happened in your life has brought you to this place, has shaped and prepared you for this moment. This isn't about fear. It's about awakening. You felt it building, the pressure, the tension, the sense that something must shift. That feeling is not just in your head, it's real. It's your inner compass, trying to get your attention before the moment slips away. You were not designed to live like the crowd. You weren't built for constant noise, for endless distraction, or the never-ending chase of shallow desires. You have been pulled apart, tested, broken, and rebuilt for one single reason: to wake up. That time is now. This feeling you have, this stirring inside, isn't a warning from outside, it's a reminder. It's your spiritual alarm going off. You can either rise with it or turn away. But either way, the truth is the same. Something has to change. And deep within you, something already has. July 2025 will not be the end of the world, but it must be the end of an older version of you. The weaker version, the one who still hesitates, still doubts, still chooses comfort over purpose. That version cannot come forward anymore. The world doesn't need a small version of you. It needs the real one. Not a year from now, not someday. Right now. You already feel this truth. That's why you're still reading, still here, still listening. That urgency in your chest, it's real. This state is the call. And you are the answer. There are no more excuses, no more waiting for the ideal situation. This is your moment. Everything you need, you already carry within you. Not outside, but deep inside. Strength, awareness, discipline, presence. These were placed inside you before you even knew their names. Your life has been watering them. Every loss, every disappointment, every lonely night wondering, why me, was laying the foundation. So when July 2025 arrived, you'd remember who you truly are and return to that place within. This world is loud and distracting. It has taught people to forget who they are. It's trained you to survive, not to live. But you were never meant to just survive. You were made to rise, to see clearly, to live honestly. That takes bravery. And this date marks a line in time for those willing to step into that bravery. You don't need all the answers. You don't need to be completely ready. You just need to decide. Choose truth over lies. Choose presence over distractions. Choose strength instead of excuses. You are not being asked to become someone new. You're being asked to return to who you've always been, the real you, hidden under fear, under the roles you've played, beneath the voice that says, not yet. Something opens in July, not out in the world, but inside. A door appears, but only the courageous will walk through. If you step forward, you won't be the same, not because everything changes, but because you do. And once you change, the world reflects it. You are here now because you were meant to be. That's no mistake. Don't brush this off. Don't pretend this is just another message. It's not. This is your reminder that time is not unlimited. That comfort can be a trap. That waiting is just another form of hiding. You've been told you have more time. You don't. You've been told someone else will lead. They won't. It's your responsibility. It's always been. This message isn't here to scare you. It's here to wake you up, to stir the part of you that already knows. You're still standing because you're meant to lead. You endured pain so that you could gain clarity. You were broken so that your ego could fall and your soul could rise. July 2025 is not about silence anymore. It's not about stillness. It's about moving forward, rising, revealing who you truly are. Yes, you might feel resistance. That's natural. Yes, fear may come. That's expected. But you still move, you still speak. Because that's what the chosen do. Not because they are flawless, but because they have stopped waiting to become flawless. They walk with what they have, they trust what they know, and they no longer hide. Let this moment, July 2025, be the point you stopped pretending, the day you stopped lying to yourself, the day you stopped saying you're not ready. Let this be the day you release the version of you that no longer serves. The world is waiting for the one only you can become. Not someday, not when it's convenient, but now. Most people believe the world they see is all that exists. They move through life reacting to noise, to fear, to opinions. They chase things that fade. They build lives based on titles, looks, and achievements, things that can vanish overnight. But that's not you. That's why this message found you. Because the time of illusion is ending. The world you see isn't the full truth. It's a reflection of unchallenged fears and beliefs passed down to you. Reality, as you know it, has been shaped by your conditioning since birth. What you've been told to value, to pursue, to believe, that's not the real you. That's not your deeper truth. You're not your job. You're not your history. You're not your image. These are just layers, masks you wear. The real world, the one beneath all this, only appears when your mind quiets. When you stop labeling everything. When you stop defending your opinions. When you stop running from uncomfortable moments. That's when truth appears. That's when you start to see how deeply programmed people are. How easily distracted, how deeply addicted to validation and noise. The real world starts where the fake one ends. And that's what July 2025 represents. A shift. Not an outer explosion, but an inner transformation. A crack in the illusion. A choice to stop playing roles, to stop acting. The world outside seems more chaotic than ever. That's not coincidence. That's the illusion crumbling. It's falling apart because it can't hold anymore. The pressure is breaking it. And now, you must choose. Keep pretending or open your eyes. The real world isn't something you force into existence. It's revealed through awareness. You don't have to chase it, you just have to stop hiding it. Stop smothering it with distractions, with non-stop thoughts, with emotional reactions you never question. When you slow down, when you watch your mind without feeding it, that's when the veil lifts. That's when you begin to see the truth. You've been taught success is a number, that joy is something you own, that love is a trait, that approval equals safety, but none of that is true. These beliefs were planted to keep you asleep. The truth is deeper, simpler. It doesn't yell, it doesn't push. It simply waits. It waits for you to finally grow tired of fragments, to grow tired of chasing things that don't satisfy. That moment, that tiredness, that's now. The world you've accepted is built on fear, urgency, and competition. That's why so many feel hollow. That's why nothing ever feels like enough. They are trying to fill a soul-level hunger with things that cannot nourish. They search for peace in temporary places and panic when it's all taken away. The true world already exists, but it asks something of you. It asks for stillness, for bravery, for honesty. It asks that you look inside without turning away, that you admit what you've denied, that you stop blaming, that you stop numbing, and finally start living. not for appearances, not for others, but for what is truly real. This path isn't for everyone. But if you've been chosen, it's the only path there is. July 2025 is not about external events. It's about how you see. It's about a shift in your awareness. The moment you stop reacting and start observing. The moment you step away from ego and return to presence. That's the change. And it's here for you now. If you're willing to let go of the identity you hide behind, let go of fear guiding your choices, let go of the story that says you need to earn your worth. These lies keep you from seeing. These layers block your vision. Peel them back, and what you'll find is silence, depth, and peace. Not the kind that depends on anything, but the kind that lives in you. This isn't about ideas. It's about living. You either see the truth or you don't. You either live from truth or from fear. There's no in between. The date is just a reflection, a marker, a door. Step through it and everything changes. You move slower, speak more intentionally, listen with presence. You live with clarity. That's how you know you've entered the real world. And once you do, there's no going back. Surface things will never satisfy you again. You won't feel the need to escape. You won't feel the urge to chase. You will simply be, fully, honestly. And in that stillness, you'll remember who you've always been. Pain has been your greatest teacher. The lessons weren't easy, but they shaped you in ways comfort never could. The truth is, nothing in your life was wasted. Not the betrayal, not the loneliness, not the failure. Every time you were knocked down, something stronger grew in you. Clarity, strength, awareness. These aren't born from success. They come from struggle, from the nights no one saw, from the quiet questions, from the moments you didn't know how to keep going. But you did. July 2025 isn't about fear or fate. It's about remembrance. A call to return to who you've always been and see that your pain had meaning. Not because it felt pleasant, but because it stripped away all that wasn't real. It shattered the illusion that you were ever in full control. It brought humility. It revealed your true friends. It taught you to listen, to pause, to stop pretending. You weren't being punished. You were being prepared. Every scar tells a story, but more than that, it holds strength. The fact that you made it through means you carry something sacred. Not everyone survives the dark, but you did. And you didn't just get by, you transformed. You noticed what others overlooked. Pain trained your vision to catch what's invisible to most, to recognize what truly matters, to appreciate silence, and to choose meaning over noise. You no longer react the way you used to. You don't chase like you once did. You've evolved quietly, almost invisibly, but deeply. July is more than a date. It's a mirror. It asks you to pause and reflect, not to flee what hurt you, but to understand it. There's no progress without fire, no insight without breakdown. What you went through taught you what no mentor ever could. It taught you patience. It taught you how to endure. It taught you how to keep moving even when no one was watching. Especially then. That's when your real strength surfaced. The world often encourages people to run from pain, to numb it, deny it, escape it. But the ones who are called are shaped by it, not crushed, not destroyed. It's not about having no fear. It's about rising even while afraid. It's about walking through storms and not allowing them to harden your heart. You've done that. You've weathered storms no one even saw. And you're still here. That's not weakness, that's mastery. There were times you nearly gave up. You told yourself it wasn't worth it. You doubted the path. That was part of the process. The breaking was essential so the fault could fall and the truth could rise. The version of you that questioned everything needed to be emptied because the real you was hidden underneath. Stronger, more grounded, and wiser. Now is the time to stop hiding behind past narratives. It's time to stop holding your pain like a weight, carry it like a blade. Let it remind you what you've overcome. Let it fuel your discipline. Let it root you in truth. July 2025 marks the point where you stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start declaring, it happened for me. Not to justify it, not to erase it, but to rise beyond it. To stop bleeding from old wounds that have long since healed. You're no longer a prisoner of your past. You're the result of your decisions. Your strength wasn't handed down, it was forged, day by day, in the very moments you thought were breaking you. You now hold wisdom others don't. Not because they're lacking, but because they haven't lived your story. You felt the weight of silence, you've sat with emptiness. You've endured nights when no one reached out, days when your smile masked a storm. That kind of understanding is rare. It brings compassion. It sharpens your words. It gives power to your presence. When you speak, people feel it. Not because you shout, but because you speak from experience. This pain wasn't without purpose. But now you must choose what it becomes. Let it turn into insight. Let it shape how you move, how you speak, how you lead. The world doesn't need more flawless people. It needs authentic ones. It needs those who have stumbled and stood back up. People who know the dark and still choose the light. That's you. You are chosen because you went through suffering and didn't allow it to turn you cold. You used it to refine your perception. The time for waiting has passed. The pain that shaped you now demands movement. Speak with conviction. Act with direction. Stop apologizing for your past. It sculpted you. On July 2025, let that be the day you stop glancing backward in sorrow and begin walking forward in strength. You must free yourself from the mental chains. They're not physical, but they're real. They bind you each time you hesitate, each time you believe the inner critic whispering you're not good enough. These chains are made of thoughts, old, repeated, and unquestioned. They tell you to shrink, to remain quiet, to stall. But you've been waiting long enough. Now it's time to see. See the reality. Understand that you were never held back by the world. It was your own mind. From childhood, you were taught who to be, what to fear, what you needed to achieve to be enough. You accepted it, not out of weakness, but because that's what society instills. But now it's time to unlearn. Not someday, not slowly, now. Because July 2025 isn't far away. It's a sharp turning point, a moment to slice through delusion and recognize truth. The prison was always mental. Thoughts aren't facts. Feelings aren't instructions. You've spent too much time reacting to both. That ends now. You are not your fear. You are not your habits. You are not your thoughts. You're the one observing them. And that observer is already free the moment it stops identifying with the noise. The mind is loud. It says stay comfortable. It says don't take chances. It tells you you're not there yet. But think, how long have you been obeying that voice? How many openings did you miss because of it? How many times did you remain quiet when you had something to say? How often did you avoid growth because comfort felt safer? That voice has been in control too long. It isn't your compass, it's your barrier. And it dreads your awakening. Breaking these inner chains means doing the opposite of what the mind demands. Be still when it begs for distraction. Take steps when it urges delay. Move forward even when it's filled with doubt. That's how the chosen live. Not by asking for permission from their thoughts, but by mastering them. Discipline isn't optional, it's your tool. Without it, your mind drives you. With it, you lead your mind. July 2025 is a fork in the road. You can stay in old cycles, or you can break them. You can draw a line and say, from this point forward, I will no longer be ruled by thought, I will guide myself. That's how real change begins. Not later, not when things feel easier. Now, freedom doesn't mean doing anything you want. It means not being at the mercy of fleeting emotions. It means choosing how to respond. It means stepping away from short-term relief and creating a mind capable of holding focus, stillness, and strength. Schlüssig, you already have this within you, but it must be trained daily. There are no shortcuts, no secret formulas, only commitment, presence, repetition. Start paying attention to the recurring story in your head. It always sounds the same. You're late, you'll fail, you're not enough. It spins fear like a broken tape. But none of it is true. And the moment you stop giving it fuel, it begins to lose power. When you stop believing it, it falls apart. That's what this turning point is about. Releasing what no longer serves, separating from what never truly belonged to you, reclaiming your energy. This is the real conflict, not out in the world, but within, between awareness and thought, between who you are at your core and who your mind tries to convince you to be. Every single day you train is a step toward that freedom. Every time you interrupt an old pattern, it's a win. The chosen aren't fearless. They are focused. They feel fear and move anyway. They hear doubt and act in spite of it. That's real freedom. In July 2025, let it be clear, not to others, but to yourself, that the chains are gone, that you no longer accept the mental noise as reality, that you now live with clarity. You move from stillness. You are not held by old patterns anymore. This isn't about becoming a new version of yourself. It's about remembering who you were before all the noise began. And once you remember, you don't forget. You see the thoughts, but you're not pulled by them. You feel the emotions, but they don't define you. You live deeply, truthfully, and on purpose. The mission begins within. Not with doing, not with speaking, not with leading others. It begins in silence, in discipline, in the unseen hours. If you cannot lead yourself, you are not ready to lead anyone else. Before you try to fix the world, calm your mind. Before you seek truth, drop the illusions.